Welcome back, TorNis here, and I here gonna provide you a very short explanation and kind of like a mini guide of what's happening to my channel in the March of this month. So first of all, I've been playing Menace and waiting for updates. Then I played Mugenics, which I don't upload on YouTube. Because it's, like Isaac game, just random runs, yeah. Without some serious editing and highlighting clips and shorts, it's probably not that interesting to upload, even if I'm breaking game. Anyway, Mugenics is going to be definitely postponed. Everything else is going to be postponed. Elden Ring, everything else. So what the heck is this on the screen that you see? And some of you already probably seen it on Twitch. So I'm going to be participating finally for the first time in an event called RGG-Land. You can find, Google it, you can find on the official site for it. The official site is basically the same as the application that we're using here. So this is each season, each 3 months, there's a official RGG-Land happening, and I have a privilege to be in a season called RGG-Land Fresh. It's because basically everybody's a new player in this season, so it's gonna be a lot of fresh people. It makes sense, right? Every season things change, rules update, map updates, a bunch of things update. But yeah, so in short, what is this? It's a massive social event, the board game where, as you can see, kind of like your childhood games where you start with the, let's say, 0 tile, and then you slowly move to the numbers and then up to the finish. The cool concept of this event has been developing for many years, and it's improving constantly, getting out a bunch of cool applications to help to run it smoothly. And yeah, this is a massive thing. It lasts pretty much almost the entire month, so it's a very serious event where pretty much every streamer, the human, dedicated, they have to cut most of the things from their life for 1 month and dedicate it to this event. It's a pretty massive thing. Yeah, let's go. I haven't prepared any scripts or anything. What you guys need to understand is that this is fully localized in Russian, right? So this is the main thing about this event. Application is in Russian, site is in Russian, everything else is in Russian, and the rules and the things, the codex of archive of every single item, there's like thousands of different. Look at the description of every single item. I mean, look at the scroll, look at the wheel of fortunes, aka Колеса Добра, aka the wheel of chaos. So there's 3,000 points here. So it's pretty much impossible to localize it, especially when I go on live stream. So please understand, you can see all this stuff just like I have. If you check on, just use the AI or Google app, like any translator app that can instantly translate everything on the screen or the phone. I mean, we're living in 2026, so it's not really a big of a problem to have a language barrier in, especially Russian language. It's like super complicated one, like Korean, Chinese, and Japanese, for example. But either way, yeah. So this is definitely not comfortable for most of my the non-Russian speaking audience. And for that, well, I mean, here's the thing. I will be streaming everything that's like administrator stuff. I mean, as a player, as a person who needs to be putting like information in an application, all these actions are going to be, of course, Russian, and there's no reason to really spend time translating it. Like, if you want to ask during live stream, sure you can, but it's like I cannot waste too much time, right? The time is the essence of this event, and I'll explain also why. So what is going to be in English, though, is my commentary. I'm most likely going to switch for like a 50-50 Russian-English for the whole package, right? Instead of just, if you've been watching my content these years, I like 90% is probably English and 10% Russian commentary based on the Russian activity. But in this event, when I was reading on my live stream the rules, right, for like 8 hours live stream, you saw that I had a massive influx of Russian viewers who came back from my older times for nostalgia's sake. For the RGG, there's a lot of viewers who are just watching people suffer and enjoy it. It doesn't matter, like in this event specifically, right? There's going to be a lot of memes, a lot of 7TV stuff, moderation, and so yeah, you can kind of like I mean, most of you guys probably going to be lurking in the chat because it's going to be filled with Russian stuff, right? But again, I will be supporting both languages as always. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask me questions, like what is happening exactly. There's a lot of things going to be constantly interesting. It's a social battle there. So back to the concept of the event, right? There's 20 participants in the event. Well, sometimes less, sometimes more. And we play, so RGG stands for a retro game gauntlet. It's a very old challenge, but RGG-Land is like a super evolution of this, right? So old RGG is like you pick a platform and of retro consoles, and then you roll a random game from that and so forth. RGG-Land is super evolved from that, and there's like a lot of nuances and rules that I'm not going to talk about here. But basically, we roll what we need to roll by the rules, so special rolls or normal rolls. So of course pick platform what we need, and then we roll through the list, which is a moderated list by the many admins and moderators who are doing these events for years now. Then after we complete the game, we roll dices. So longer the game, the more dices we can get based on the rolls, right? So the shorter the game, like less dices and less points. But here's the kicker: since it's a social event, so there's things called items and effects in the entire event system. So to make some chaotic manipulations, each player will have a bunch of items and effects in the special rolls also. It's like your inventory. And there's also coins, and then there's a gacha system here with the currency, like kind of like a Genshin, right? Anyway, so with these items, you can push players, for example, back or forward, or do something weird, or teleport, or give them items, troll them, give them bombs, give them curses, give them other things. So it's going to be a massive battle, free-for-all, or some alliances versus alliance, or like, well, basically. So you think that somebody's gonna win this event by getting the castle final tile? Not necessarily, because in such a chaotic event, like basically you can only get here by design if other players will let you. Because if you look at the board, there's the gray tiles. Gray tiles are the ones which teleport you immediately somewhere, which normally is back. So, and there's a special zones. Every zone is a special design zone with a bunch of trolls, a bunch of like the paths that cycle through. There's you can get unlucky with dice rolls. So you see these places where you have to go forward. You have to check first d6 dice and see which way you're going. So if you're getting unlucky on a dice roll on your own, you might get just you will cycle yourself, and then of course other players can push you back immediately. So you have to play more shitty retro games and suffer, and like you get the idea, right? So, and yeah, of course, most importantly, most of the platforms are in the world exist here. So like basically everything exists. Heavily moderated choices here, extra stuff also. There's even fan games and other things. But yeah, you can see the list of platforms for this season. There you even have Java, like pretty excited for that one too, because there's a lot of hidden gems in Java. It's old school phones, cell phone stuff. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of old school the PCs, Japanese PCs, as you can see. Like there's of course a Spectrum, Commodore, Sharp, Amstrad here. There's some really shitters in the list here. Of course, we can get in a big trouble, of course. But don't worry, there's a lot of rules. There's the possibilities for re-rolling games. The drop, you can also drop them with the penalties and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's a really fun event that you can, like I said, there's not just move by the board, play the games, but there's also a bunch of social activities. There's a battle pass. They introduced even like everything modern is in this thing. There's a battle pass, there's a like daily activities, like in gacha game, you can fish, you can do some crops. Daily, there's daily missions each day. There's a quest board that and there's a host. So there's a person host and multiples of them. They watch the entire day, basically us. Participants or anyone who is participating in this type of event, they're like a super guard, a social person. I mean, a security person who is like 20 different monitors monitoring us at the same time. So they will be helping us. They're going to be trolling the host, or can do some funny rule bending and stuff, and give us special contracts and for extra difficulty playthroughs, and give players some items in their inventories with a special priority to lock them into a specific challenge and the game or platform. Yeah, so there's a lot of things to explain, unfortunately. Yeah, again, I could have made a very large guide for this whole thing. Yeah, like, again, I streamed 8 hours reading in Russian to my community and others rules with trying to understand and ask questions and stuff. There's going to be a lot of that too. Again, this is first time I'm participating in such events, so even my Russian viewers are going to be probably most still confused. So don't be like sad or that you're out of touch, or like you don't understand what you came. Again, totally, I get it if you're willing not to even participate or watch this type of content. But here's why people watch this: a lot of emotions, a lot of I could have showed you on right now some funny clips and the compilation of funny clips, but basically Russians are known for their emotions, their rage, they're breaking keyboards, controllers and stuff. And this event, RGG, right, Retro Gauntlet challenge type of event, where most of the games are going to be obviously retros. There's a Steam, there's other modern platforms, but nonetheless, the RNGs will decide what you get, and of course also people control you. Also I forgot to mention an important part: the Wheels of Fortune, aka the Колесо Добра, aka the Wheels of Chaos, or I don't know how to properly translate it, honestly, because Добра, it's like kind of like trolling name, yeah, like the happy wheel or goodiness wheel. Like I need to think about it properly, but you get the idea. It's not actually so. This wheel, it possesses almost 3,000 points, and each point. Well, I'm gonna roll because well, I have to re-download the list because every time you roll something, you delete it from list. Anyway, so there's a point. Well, I can open the codex, right? So so I have like only a couple of monitors here. There's a lot of things now. I'm going to be showing my browser. I'm going to be showing this application constantly. But yeah, there's 3,000 almost points in a wheel, and every time you roll a wheel or other players roll a wheel, something can happen, and there could be the actions between players constantly happening, which we need to moderate and control and register and accept those actions, and then everything is documented and time-stamped, and the things we're going to be following, of course, the rules. Either way, so the most like, to give you an example of what these wheels can give you, like plus points, plus minus points for your dice rolls, extra dices, less dices, give you a bunch of items, give you one item, remove item, destroy item, steal item from other players, destroy entire inventory, which is crazy. You can there could be some massive the results from this. It's a chaos, right? And this is where viewers are coming into play. So you see on below my camera there's a timer for the game, and I already set up, and there's a Колесо Добра, the bar of the tips, the donations. So that is what this the Wheel of Fortune thing is. So every 300 rubles with increasing price, 300 rubles is basically almost nothing, by the way. Just for the reference, if you don't know, 300 rubles, you spin a wheel, and you need to do whatever the wheel says. And I'm going to be doing it. So I'm playing a game, and I am very locked into the game. Doesn't matter. I have to spin the wheel, do it, register it in the application. do the whatever it needs to be done with other players and continue after that. But some people, you know, and some communities are crazy, you know, the supporters are crazy, people who are just there's a lot of RGG exclusive viewers who like to troll and, you know, toss the money, so to speak. So there's going to be a bunch of chaos, yeah, and so yeah, expect a lot of rolls from the wheel. Even host can give some the wheels to the quests and other things. Anyway, if you're not Russian, doesn't matter, because this wheel accepts every currency in globally. So in my case, I set up that in a way that it should work. We're going to be counting in manually probably everything, because the automation is pretty problematic there, plus some different currencies. I'm going to be probably rounding down. Don't you dare to like spam me with these like 301 rubles type of things. Like I will just, you know, round down everything like that. Like some streamers save those the pennies, but like nah, fuck it. Anyway, so yes, everybody can support, even if you don't exactly understand what's happening. Of course, I will be trying to briefly translate what happened to me, my reactions, like, is it good, is it bad? There's a lot of, like, neutral, bad, good, like, everything could happen in these Wheel of Fortunes, right? This is the juice. And, of course, this is one aspect of interesting content for viewers. The other thing is, like, each contestant, each player have their own, you know, strands, brain, their how greedy they are, how sneaky they are, how this game is all about how can you know, kind of like fool other players, how to, you know, make them work for you, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna win this event unless you actually kind of like push. This game tests your social abilities, how to manipulate people in a way, right? So you cannot just be like goody guy here. You're gonna be bullied, and then you're constantly gonna be tossed to negative effects, curses, items that push you back, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm just gonna take it up my ass and continue playing my game and do nothing, do not retaliate. And that means that other players are gonna suddenly realize that, oh, you're a pushover, so let's just bully you further and you know, toss you in the positions like the where dropping to specific tiles is extremely annoying. And there's this ZX spectrum zone here. There's these tubes, or the pipes, I mean. This is a very complicated map here, but yeah, you could even see Psyduck for a reason here, because yeah, it's really hard to get like, players will be stuck. The players, this map is designed so that every section you're going to be stuck. For most, this section, the forest, the one with the VTubers, we will be stuck here for a lot of time probably. This is why this event lasts for a month, by the way. There's a gachi zone. Yeah, you can see gachi muchi here. With you know, the special rules for that. Instead of the numbers, you roll for the games with the letters, and if you read every single letter starting from first, you will see some funny references. But yeah, there's also like infinite Tsukuyomi stuff. There's like the troll pyramid. There's another gachi zone, and then there's the pipes with a bunch of irritating passages and teleports and what's not. There's a ZX Spectrum, which is painful zone, which for some reason was returned to us in this exclusively for the fresh people, for us, because this zone didn't exist in the previous seasons. Yeah, so, and the like final like lava area here, a couple hearts here with the annoying positions too, and of course the final part where, again, look at how many gray tiles are here. So again, I didn't joke that players will not let you get close to the finish line. And also, by the way, if you get to the finish line, you have to go do something special. You don't instantly win the event. You have to beat extremely challenging hardcore game inside. This is going to be your final roll, so to speak, though you can drop it, and then of course that's horrible if you drop it, because other players will probably push you back anyway. But yeah, you have to beat very extreme, dangerous type of game. Yeah, like basically just an example, I want to be the Boshi, for example, right? This type of content. So again, winning, and by the way, winning in this event is just a kind of like flex privilege. There's just a very small amount of rewards. A real reward is content for viewers, content for you. Chill, enjoy a lot of cool retro games. You will discover shitty games. You will discover hidden gems. At least we hope so. You can pick your favorite games sometimes with special roles if you're lucky. You can get some decent games. You can get like cool games. There's all genres. There's a bunch of rules with that. Whenever you can draw, re-roll for free or other things like that. Anyway, so this lasts for almost a month, right? So like I said, so this is what is gonna happen. And you are wondering like, well, isn't it kind of unfair? Some of the people, well, most people probably are here they're without jobs, they're unemployed. So they will be like live streaming this pretty much back to back, stream it non-stop. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a advantage like that, but it's not that simple. So yes, of course I do have Cosmorph work, and we have exciting massive patch coming out just right now, actually in production. So yeah, there's a new patch literally right now, so I'll be monitoring that situation. But yeah, after that, luckily there's like a chill zone for QA, so I'll be able to, you know, play slightly like yes, so during the work days I will be streaming less, but nonetheless I will be still doing my best. All right. Now quickly to discuss why does it advantage with 16-hour streamer per day versus like, let's say 4-hour, 6-hour streamer per day. So again, like I said, yes, they can play more games, they can collect more donations, wheels, items, reset it again. They can get very unlucky on their dice rolls when they complete long games or mini games. They will still, if they go to the leaderboard position, you know, that doesn't matter. That the other players will realize that something is happening, and we have to, you know, quickly shoot them down and get them back to tiles. Yeah, and there's plenty of items that can do that, and of course, many, like, not only it's really dangerous and disgusting for players to push people on like pushing back to this the gray tiles is just so bad, because in some locations you can drop like, you know, 50 worth tiles instantly, and then you have to go through the path again and roll like dices again, which you can fail roll and you can stuck in a loop, and it's just horrible. Yeah, but of course there's ways to prevent that, and somewhat there's items that protect you. Also there's there's a strategy where you can purposely sit in one spot and play a very long game and accumulate a bunch of points and a bunch of dices, and then roll at the same time everything. But again, you can get countered still by somebody tossing you a curse item that will force every dice roll into a specific number, or in other players who are online, they will notice that you just moved up a lot, and they can shut you down also instantly. So again, it's going to be mind games. It's going to be just games of betrayal, alliances, all sorts of things like that. Who possesses specific items, because there's different rarities, legendary, mythic items, and you know, this board game got everything almost. It's kind of impressive how quality this game is when it comes to the just silly fun. You know, it is activity for an entire month, like I said, with so many lives, you know, here binded. So, you know, it's kind of cool like that if you think about it. Also, just for the record, total RGG participants is 120 something streamers. So we are fresh. We are new generation. Yeah. And there's many famous Russian streamers who already played many times. And by the way, I could have signed for this event literally when it started, like a long time ago, but I was kind of like, well, there were some reasons I was declining constantly. Like, first of all, job happened, yeah, and then the fact that I have to dedicate an entire month for this. I didn't want to install every possible emulator, and you know, just also I wanted to play my games that I had in plans instead of just random stuff, right? So I mean, like, yeah, it probably maybe was kind of a mistake. You know, I could have got a lot of, you know, cool results and cloud from the Russian community and RGG community and other things like that. Got a bunch of memes. Yeah, there's gonna be I will enable this service, by the way, called meme alerts, people can spam memes on my screen and stickers and stuff like that. It's what Russian streamers have by default, pretty much. So yeah, they have the wheels, you know, auctions, the meme stickers and meme alerts, all that stuff. So I also have that. We'll have a good time. 70 emotes, of course. And again, yes, it's a very complicated, scary thing, but honestly, like, I mean, yes, I do have advantage. I've been watching previous seasons also of this, so like I'm super new to this. But yeah, again, it's once you watch either my stream or a host and use some kind of AI to translate voice. By the way, don't be scared, actually. Like, there's voice recognition AIs that can in real time translate to any language these days. The AI is super powerful. Like, look up for like whispers, or some Google stuff also exists. Again, your mobile phones applications could do that. Again, if you're thinking, oh no, it's in different language, and we are living 2026, guys. Anyway, so I'm really excited for this. It starts today at night, well, next day, but I will be, it's Friday, so I'm gonna be still at work. We have a Quasimodo patch, and well, I mean, expect first stream on a Friday day or evening, yeah, and from that, hopefully the first game. So let me tell you what you can expect at the start of the season. So every newbie gets a free kind of like bonus. We can roll game from the gold list, which is a special role called Gold Midas. So this is every game from every platform that is considered very high quality, high value, super fun, and it's just like a game that is, you know, gold. So it makes sense. And not only that, but we also get something called Mashna Mashnia, which is basically, I don't know how to properly translate it immediately, but just you know, kind of like rule breaker. So when you use this generator, right, you see on the screen, you have like in 5 things here, but the central one is the one you roll, right? Right now I roll Tokyo Road Race for PlayStation 2. But for our first turn, we will have a ability to pick any 5 of the games that we roll here. So for example, if I wanted to get Morrowind on Steam, I could have played that, or re-rolled or dropped it, because this is RPG and you can re-roll the Morrowind. So, but if I re-roll, I only get a choice of 1 game, not of 5. So 5 privilege is going to be lost. Late homework, I have no idea what that is. Treasure of Sus, I'm scared. And confidential mission, I would rather not. So yeah, this gold, this gold special role should give us some quality stuff. And again, let's just test it for here this video. Yeah, there's a funny music here, favorites music of everybody who's watching these roll machines. I'm not gonna play click stop so you can listen to the music a little bit. Roflan Tanets. Did I see Delta Room there? I think, you know, I mean, every gold game is here. And there's a lot of special roles in the list of codecs, but they're all specified. Renegade Spectrum, oh my god. Alright, what we're getting. By the way, this wheel trolls, it could like spin backwards a little bit too at the end. Micro Machines, I don't know that game. Alright, so normally I would roll Micro Machines here, but since we have a special rule break-in rule for the newbies here right now, we can choose any 5 games. So Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, I mean, I'm not a big fan of these type of games, but I mean, obviously I never played it, so it'd be a good choice for me to play it and stream, and it's a high quality game, of course. Then again, we have a Banjo here, Nintendo 64, Mega Man X5 on PS1, and Urban Rain. Like, again, I'm just testing. I'm not, like, we're gonna be sweating and nervous about these roles, each of these roles later, of course. But yeah, what would you pick here? Well, I mean, like you also have to pick based on your strategy. Do you want to complete a fast game? Do you want to purposely seek fast game? Do you want to pick reroll one, or like on purpose, or you want to pick a long game? And I assume Biohazard is decently long game. I mean, Banjo is probably long. Well, you can click on these games in our the applications here, and there's some like you can visit each of these sites and YouTube. We can check Google how long the game is and stuff, but we cannot see the playthroughs obviously in detail. So yeah, we'll have to decide, of course, which game to pick, and whenever we're gonna play it, or drop it, or re-roll it through the various means if necessary. But yeah, if we don't have any special roles, we're gonna do this. Platform. Roll. And first, we unfortunately have to be like somewhat... Okay, I'm gonna... Thank you, Baran. NES. Okay, so... decent. I mean, NES is a fantastic platform. We could have got way worse. So now we're old NES, and of course we're selecting now it, and as you can see, almost 5,000 games. And now we only have one, so I'm not gonna stop it with instant stop, so we're gonna like look nervous. Well, I mean, every streamer is different. They can just pretend they're not nervous, they can pretend they don't care, but of course viewers are always excited to see what shitty games we're gonna get here, or some insane high quality ones. Alright, eventually it's gonna automatically stop. See if I don't click the button. Alright, let's see what I get on this. NES. Russians call it NES. Oh, yeah. NES, let's go. What do we got? Scanner, softball. Oh. What the hell is softball Tengoku? Is it Japanese game? Oh, so now we know what game we rolled. We can look at the its genres, which could be the legitimate role for free or technical role. And of course, there's other things to consider. There's like JP only game and other things like that. And yeah, so we need to decide if it's legit game in terms of these aspects. Then we have to understand how to win this game. Is there like high score win criteria? Is it infinite levels, like looping? There's campaign and stuff like that. There's credits. There's a lot of criteria for the game. Of course, we have to, before we start playing, we have to kind of like understand it all, and well, playtest it, get the game and playtest it quickly and see how it at least. But yeah, looks like it's something Japan on. Let me see some more information about it here. JP, Team Baseball Arcade Sports. The length is pretty well, I mean, you have to check multiple sites for the length. Like game FAQs, for example, could easily lie here, and some how long to beat, and you have to Google like basically more information. Yeah, 15 hours apparently, but yeah, luckily this game can be re-rolled. But here's the tricky part. In this season, if we decide to re-roll the game, we have to re-roll platform also, because now we have a separate role for platforms. So this is a danger, because meanwhile this game theoretically could be chill, fun, you know, no bugs, no glitches and all that. Controls are good, hopefully. But if I decide to re-roll this, which, you know, valid option, of course, we can get any of these other platforms, including annoying ones, modern ones, you know, like Wii U or PlayStation 3, or something even worse. Or, you know, again, good platform, but just one of the shitty games, or horrible games, or awful games. You never know. And this is the fun part of this event. People watch it for content. When this event starts today, There's gonna be always like streamers live. Not everybody at the same time, of course. We live in different time zones, different places, yeah. But like, just go to the host of this event, which is streamer Nuke73. He's the main person, the main host, or like organizer and you know, like producer of this event, I guess. Yeah, you will be able to watch others people suffer, what they rolled. Also, you don't forget that you can check every information about us in official site RGG-Land, our inventories, which items, which games we're playing right now, like, and which turns, which rolls were like happened, and of course our position on a map. Everything is available also just on a site itself. So very convenient, everything is synced. You have a website, we have application, we just have to... But unfortunately, for the participants of this event, we are not going to be just playing the games and rolling the wheels. We're going to be manually inputting everything that we need to input by the rules. Every new item, I have to input it here, find it, put it notes, put the events, then I have to, in like every event with my current game, like if I had plus points, plus rolls, plus wheels, do something, I need to, you see there's a categories for the wheels of fortune, there's interactions with players, using item, effects, special role, global event, which is another thing I haven't talked about it at all, quest, host of the game is doing something, the other, and of course the gacha game mechanics there with and battle pass related. So yeah, everything needs to be documented, everything is time-stamped and recorded. There's also heavy moderation here. Other streamers could have helpers, moderators, which luckily, personally, I have a good friend, Andrei Kepka. He's going to be my official moderator, helping me a little bit to get some of the stuff. So if everything goes okay during his participation while I'm streaming, I have to fill the information less than I would normally do. But of course I need to double check, and he will be double checking whenever we do mistakes. There's going to be a lot of interactivity with the live streamers. We're going to be constantly going back and forth to their rooms to talk, to sneakily do things and help them, lie to them, whatever, and troll them. The host is going to troll us. That is the essence of this event. I hope you guys get the idea. Yes, I am already talking 37 minutes here. To be fair, I think I ended pretty much very basics at 10-12 minutes mark. After that, I just started explaining like the still early concept and the basics of the event, but at least second layer, so you guys understand more, like why is this exciting, what's happening here, why the viewers are important, and things like that. Yeah, why the wheels yeah. So again, I will be doing my best to translate like the minimum stuff, right? Like the obvious like effects of the wheels. Some things I will not be able to translate because they're localized Russian memes or some streamer Russian memes, or like stuff that is extremely hard to translate properly. You have to just get the reference and stuff like that. But yeah, again, you can in official site you can just use AI to translate or some software to that. And of course, as I'm going to be playing games, I will try to do both language commentary. But again, this event is whole localized in Russian, so expect a lot of Russians. And again, if you don't want to see me playing this type of event, I mean, yeah, I guess we're gonna see each other in, you know, my normal streams when they're gonna resume in April. And by the way, this event happens every single season, and there's sometimes extra seasons, like the Fresh that I am, right, like a filler kind of the extra season or whatever. Yeah. But don't worry, every participant cannot participate back to back to these seasons. There at least needs to be some rest. And also there's motivation to get top 3 in event. so that you are gonna get guaranteed invitation for the final winter season of the year, RGG-Land Winter 2026. So if yeah, the top 3 positions are invited there. But again, as always, you can submit your stream application to the host. He reviews everything, and yeah, you can try to get into the event too. So yeah, that's about it. There's a lot of crazy things I need to set up, you know, this application stuff, the donations, Russian meme alerts, a bunch of emulators. You know, I'm probably going to be using both keyboard and controller for things, right, for my comfort. Because, you know, I like playing older retro stuff also on a keyboard, honestly. Yeah, and again, just the main goal is to have fun. It's not like the goal of this is not super competitive or anything. There's no, again, the event is designed so you cannot just like be top 1 and like you're unstoppable. No, at all. People will destroy you. Yeah. In order to progress, basically everyone needs to progress somehow, or most of the players need to progress. But yeah, have fun yourself, viewers, and everybody's having this social new connections, getting used, get new people to I forgot the word. Meet up the new people in your life, yeah, and the streamers specifically, because like I know every almost veteran and old school participant of this event, yeah, which I actually wanted to play with them together, but I guess we're gonna do it in some other seasons, yeah, if the host is gonna take me in more. But yeah, I don't know personally any of the other 19 participants. Well, now I started watching their streams a little bit before the preparation, rule reading and all that, so I like some of them know. There's a lot of women, by the way, I forgot to mention it. There's more and more women is getting into the event, and VTubers, who are also obviously female. And that's kind of obvious. Why? Because all the boys are pretty much already kind of existent and known, and the new generation of boys are, well, to put it bluntly, just like the host himself said during presentation of this season, is that this year, these days on Twitch, it's very hard to grow for you know, just a random male guy on the webcam or without webcam playing video games. Meanwhile, of course, VTubers and just girls in general got some advantages there and there. So that's a reason why the amount of them is pretty much almost 50% here. Participants are in terms of that. But yeah, for example, funny enough, like one of my friends is probably gonna watch not even me, but watch the female streamers. Like from real life, my friend is gonna just. Oh, dude, why I need to watch you when there's amazing young, you know, participants, girls doing their thing here. I mean, of course, I just we'll get that. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. You get the idea. So the event will begin very soon, just literally in like 7 hours. Well, I will start my first day during. Friday evening time, my local time, yeah. Maybe during daytime if I'm lucky. Have a good one, everyone. Awesome stuff. Enjoy the Megenics, enjoy Slay the Spire 2 Early Access. Enjoy, you know, whatever your awesome project is. There's some cool games, and some Japanese, Chinese games that are not localized on Steam, which are getting trendy. Like that Witch Trial game, by the way. Hopefully it's gonna get translation eventually. Yeah, that's about it. See ya. I am super excited for this event.